Good morning.
Morning.
I am so humbled today. There is not an endorsement I would seek more than the one that you just heard. These men are the men that lead our community. They are the men that pray for me. They are the men that offer me and my family protection. For me, that's gotten to be a real thing in the last 4 years. I am just a human being, and there are days where I feel very low or very afraid for my children because I am still a mother, and I am a mother first. And when you have people that are really evil and are willing to threaten your children, and I understand will back up those threats, that is a scary thing. And so people keep wondering, how does she keep getting back up to do her job, and why does she even want to get back up to do their job? They just don't understand the God that I serve.
All right.
And they don't understand what I have around me.
All right.
What you have just heard from are godly men who pray for me, and that is all and more than I could ever ask for. And so I am so humbled that they will endorse me today. Fulton County does deserve me as their DA. And I'm very, very honored to be here today with these religious leaders. And I'm honored to be here in historic Atlanta and all that historic Atlanta represents. We really are the city that's too busy to hate. And to be able to represent this city means everything. People forget what the bishop tried to remind them of today. When I took office, we were just leaving out of or in the middle of a pandemic. And our community was not a little, but very out of control. We had massive backlogs of cases. When I took office, there were 18,000 unindicted cases going back 7 years. And without the right resources, because we still don't have the right resources, because I got to fight some Republican commissioners, we've been able to get rid of that massive backlog. People don't remember that when I first came to office, I was talking to the wall and telling them Atlanta has a gang problem, and they were saying LA has a gang problem, New York has a gang problem, Chicago has a gang problem, and they did not want to face the reality that Atlanta had a gang problem.
That's right.
But with the help of our current mayor and with Chief Shearbaum and all of the police departments, as well as these religious leaders, we've been able to curtail that gang problem and bring crime down more than 25%. Homicides are down more than 21%. That's real. Those aren't just numbers. Those are mamas that get to go home and still hug their babies.
Right.
And if you're a mother, that means something.
Yes, indeed.
We had a very damaged relationship between community and law enforcement agencies. We all remember George Floyd and the damage that that did to our community, and we had our own problems here. And the community was mad, as they should have been mad. 101 police cases going back years that nobody had addressed. Today I can tell you each of them has been addressed. Sometimes those officers were charged. Others times the officers were cleared. It was whatever the facts and the law required. And what I have found, as long as you do what the facts and the law are, the community will accept it, and so will the police.
All right.
And so we've made those difficult decisions. I have promised a balanced approach. And so I remember running for district attorney and talking to people like Bishop Jackson and talking to other religious leaders and to my strategists and saying, I think I'm nobody's DA. And they said, well, what do you mean? I said, I have these people that say there should be no jails and no prisons, but I've been a murder prosecutor. I have woke up too many nights and stepped over young men's bodies, or talked to the victims of child molestation and sexual assault. And I know that there is a segment of society that doesn't deserve to be among the good people of this community because they don't mind creating harm. But then you have these other people that they are foolish as well. They think every single person needs to go to prison, and there is no thing as second chances and restoring people. And so I don't believe in that either. There are people that absolutely deserve a second chance. All they need is a little job training. They need someone that believes in them. They need that record restricted so they can go on and be a productive member.
All right.
And so I talked to Bishop Jackson, and he said, no, we're religious leaders, but we know it's some evil out here.
All right.
And they cannot be amongst our parishioners. But we also want you to give that kid that makes a mistake a second chance. And as long as that's what you do, we will back you.
That's right.
And they have been true to their word, because here I stand, and I have been true to mine, because that is the work that we have done. Today, we have the first program that runs all year long. We don't just pop into the school system for a week. We run all year long with our kids that are on the bubble and may turn to a life of crime. And we've been able to do that because parishioners and religious leaders and people from my office have come and volunteered, and we have poured into those children and told them we believe in them. But we've also shown them opportunities. And so we have the first system that is in the school system all year long. We have the first ever in Fulton County pre-indictment diversion program. It costs the participants nothing. Nothing. And they leave with job training and their records restricted. But we've also locked up a lot of folks that don't deserve to be walking amongst us.
All right, all right.
And so today I'm proud of the record I stand on. I am proud that I stand for justice. Let me say it again for those that anger. There is nobody that's the wrong race, that loves the wrong person, that doesn't have enough money in their bank account, that my office is going to treat beneath the law. The law protects all of those people, whether they're black, Hispanic, Asian, poor, bisexual.
All right.
We are going to stand in protection of those people, because people should not be abused. But I said it earlier, Bishop, and I'm going to tell them again if it's all right with you.
Tell it.
It ain't no one above the law either.
All right.
So I don't care how rich you are, how powerful you think you are, who your daddy is, what your political party might be, how much money you think you got, and how evil your supporters are.
All right.
I don't care how many times they threaten me. I will gladly leave this place knowing that I did God's work.
All right.
So we stand here today for justice. And it is my greatest honor that these men stand in protection of me, in support of me, and have given me their endorsement. Thank you all for coming today.
Hey.